the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans. Whoa, we're three split screen. There we go. Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network, show number 366. It's for Thursday, Valentine's Day Eve, the 13th of February.
Scott, we're halfway through the month of February already.
Well, the month of February, to be fair, is a short month, so.
Yeah, but it just doesn't, it's rocketing by, man.
Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch from the Dominator Race Products Studio. Tonight on the show, should be joining us fairly shortly, the world-famous Mr. Kenny Wallace. Was it 2 or 3 years ago we last had him on the show?
Absolutely. with 366 shows, Scott. Come on, man.
So, we'll be speaking with him. We also have Oakshade Trivia for free passes, some grandstand passes this summer. Plus, we'll be giving away some East of Chicago pizza in Clyde with how many, and almost forgot, type in hashtag DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live or Twitch. Either one. Producer Dave is monitoring all those. Type it in once. You'll be entered into the drawing for one of our Hammer Down Race Report window stickers that you can win.
Don't forget, with the Oakshade Trivia, you've got 5 minutes to verify that you are in the audience.
As a matter of fact, we are going to be doing our first winner now. We're going to spin for that. Yeah, right now. Ooh. We'll have next week's question at the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
Next week's probably going to be a little easier. You'll probably be able to find that answer a little bit easier for next week's trivia question.
Okay.
But this week's question, before we get to anything else, was who were the first two feature winners at Oakshade Raceway back in 1976? Sprints, and they either called them Stockers or Super Six. It was
right.
Toss up of the two. Same thing, though. So the two winners, they were, I feel like you need a drum roll. That's terrible. Fred Linder was your first sprint car winner, and Dale DeLong, the winner in the Super Sixes.
Dale had been around like forever, so yeah.
I wasn't around. I was like 4 back then, so it's a little bit before my time. So we are going to find a winner here. We had several correct guesses. Put them all on the wheel of names here, and we're going to spin that wheel to determine the winner of these 2 free Oakshade Raceway passes that, there we go.
Where'd it go?
It just disappeared. You will have 5 minutes to type in "I win" in the comments if to make sure you're listening. If you're not listening, we're going to spin the wheel again and go on to the next winner and give them 5 minutes.
So if you don't verify, you lose.
There you go. So here we go. Spinning for our first winner and a pair of passes for Oakshade Raceway, grandstand passes for one night. It's going to go to Hovis Racing. So Hovis Racing has to chime in within 5 minutes. So you set a timer.
It'll be 7:09.
7:09. All right. You keep an eye on that. You have 5 minutes to type in "I win" under Hovis Racing, because I notice people have different accounts sometimes.
Right.
So, yeah.
There's a few Hovises.
Just a few. So, there you go. You have 5 minutes. I suppose I got to switch order the chat. Maybe we should have Dave watch for that. I'm not sure.
Yep.
He's got a lot to do anyways. Got to mention Ron Miller Race Cars, your let's try that again. Your one-stop racing headquarters located in Lambertville, Michigan. Ron Miller Race Cars has everything you need to keep your racing dreams on track, from custom race cars to parts, safety equipment, service, even American racer tires. If it's for racing, Ron has it, or he can get it. Give him a call today at 734-856-7223 and let Ron help you gear up for victory. Ron Miller Race Cars, fueling racers one lap at a time.
Amazing, isn't it?
And I'll tell you later. Never mind. DCR Graphics
by the way.
Yeah, is your source for high-quality wraps, stickers, die casts.
Hovis Racing, you win.
Hovis Racing, they got it. All right, you will have Hovis Racing. You have 30 days to pick up your passes, courtesy of Oakshade Raceway, celebrating 50 years this year. From Ron Miller Race Cars.
They know where it is.
Do they?
They've been there.
So you will have 30 days to claim them. If you don't, then we're going to give them to somebody else. But yeah, and we're going to give them to Ron right now. So there you go. There's our first 50 years of racing at Oakshade Raceway trivia winner. Back to DCR Graphics, your source for high-quality wrap, stickers, die-cast banners, and more. Looking to upgrade your race team's look, DCR Graphics has you covered with full wraps starting at just $425 plus shipping. Want to showcase your car in miniature form? You can get a box of 8 custom die-casts for only $130 plus shipping. Available for late model sprints and modifieds. And now DCR has even more ways to show off your style. You can get brand new crew shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, flags, and more. Hit up DCR Graphics on Facebook or give Dale a call there at 419-308-9523 to place your order today. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. You can also get one of these stickers if you don't win tonight. $5 from DCR Graphics. So look them up, get a hold of them, and
that will help you get into the Hammer Down Army.
There you go. Also got to mention Oakshade Raceway, Dominator Race Products, Freeze Frame Photos, Victory Fuel, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Ty Touareg Racing Performance Parts, all sponsors of the big program tonight. Before we get to Kenny here, how about we do a little bit of a racing roundup? That was a question for you, Ron. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
I lost my cheat sheet.
Oh, no. Well, maybe we won't.
I don't know what any of these buttons do. I'm going to think
push one.
This
Racing Roundup.
Yeah.
All right. Where did my cheat sheet go? That's going to bug me now. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Winter National is going on at Ocala Speedway. Thursday last week, Jonathan Davenport picking up the win. On Friday night, it was Ricky Thornton Jr., Saturday, Devin Moran picking up the win there at Ocala.
Pretty familiar names there.
Absolutely. And those names continue to be familiar and win
again
this week. Yeah. World of Outlaw Now Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action of Volusia. Last Thursday was Christopher Bell picking up the win on Thursday night. Friday night was Kyle Larson, as well as Saturday. He was the Big Gator winner. Kurt Spalding was the mod feature winner. And he also picked up the
pretty cool
Gator
general manager
there.
for All-Star Racing Products.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh, I knew the sponsor was on there. I didn't realize he was general manager.
He's the big guy.
Kenny Wallace, our guest coming up here, finished 5th in that feature event. Perth Motorplex, some action going on down under. Barbagallo.
Okay.
Australian Mr. Sprint Car Nationals. I'm guessing Barbagallo is the sponsor. Yeah. And it's an awesome sponsor, I'm sure, because they support motor racing. Friday night, James McFadden picking up the win in the sprint cars.
No surprise there, Scott. He at down home, he's been on fire.
Cody Turicchio picking up the win in the Formula 500s. Troy Beckingham, your LS1 sprint car winner. Ryan Farrell in the 360 LS sprint cars. And then Saturday night, it was another familiar name in sprint car action picking up the win. Jock Goodyear.
Oh, yeah.
Cody Turicchio again in the Formula 500s. Jai McKenzie. I like that name, Jai.
Yeah.
J-Y-E. That was the limited sprint winner. Caden Brown picking up the win in speed cars. And then they were in action last night, which was actually probably Tuesday morning or something. Wednesday night in Australia, midweek mayhem going on at Perth. Kerry Madsen, your sprint car winner. Blake Iwanow, your wingless sprint winner. Max Lang in Junior Formula 500s. Esperance Speedway. Esperance versus Kalgoorlie Challenge finale Saturday night. Murray Parsons Jr. picking up the AMCO win. Ben Straughtons picking up the win late models. Jack Maroney in production sedans. Zane Humphreys in the street stocks. Mitchell Barrett, your New Star Juniors winner. And Jacob Hill, the Top Star Juniors winner. High-Tech Toowoomba Speedway, V8 Dirt Car Modifieds, actually the V8 Dirt Modified Championship on Saturday. Kevin Britton was the winner in the Modifieds. Billy McDonald, production stock winner. Darren Sioka was your street stock winner, feature number 1. Travis Hutchinson, street stock feature number 2 winner. Liam Williams, Formula 500s winner. Zach Hilder, Winning in the Junior 500s, Dion Wilson in the compacts, Ben Nicastri in the late models. Manjimup Speedway also in action. Saturday night, Paul Joss picking up the win in Legend Cars. Harrison Perez, your JSRA Juniors winner. Drew Ogle, Production Sedan winner. And Thomas Host, winner in the Street Stocks. And then finally, Premier Speedway on Saturday. It was Kolick Wreckers night. Dane Sparrow, your Production Sedan winner. Mick Nicola, Super Sedans. Jason Duell in the Street Stocks. Cruz Carlin in the Junior Sedans. And World Series of Asphalt Racing going on at New Smyrna.
Yeah.
Charlie, who we talked to last week, Charlie Kral, doing some of the call down there on the asphalt. Friday night, Carson Brown, your super late model winner. William Sawalich was disqualified.
Ooh.
Yeah, apparently his tread width was too wide. Ooh. There's a lot of disqualifications going on down there. A lot of technical things. Hunter Wright was the pro late model winner on Friday. Saturday, Spencer Davis, your super late model winner. And Sunday, Corey Hall was the super late model winner. Monday night, Max Reeves, your pro late model winner. Tuesday night, Gavin Bushell, your ASA super late model winner. Last night, Wednesday night, Carson Brown, once again, another feature winner in the super late models. Hunter Wright was winner in the pro late models. Connor Jones has had some issues. He was disqualified a couple times after taking the checkered flag. They have rules on, I guess, on their percentages, right side, left side percentage.
Correct.
And he was a percent over on one side.
And that's pretty common with pavement racing.
I did not know that. I did not know they checked that kind of stuff. I thought they just did total weights. So how hard is it to, or how easy is it to fail that?
They would have to go out knowing that they were illegal.
Well, I saw an interview with Connor, and he was saying that there was a lot of rubber on the track, and that he thinks that the car could have picked up a lot of rubber in the wheel well or anywhere. Would that?
You would think that it would pick up.
Would that pick up evenly? I don't know.
Yeah, you would think.
Okay, just wondered.
And it would be that they're heavy on the left side, so. Yeah, I'm not buying that one, but okay.
Okay.
He could have his story, and we'll agree with him.
Dirt Car Nationals going on at Volusia Speedway Park. Monday night, it was Nick Hoffman, your winner. Tuesday night, or actually also Monday night, Kyle Cummins winning the USAC AMSOA Sprint Car feature. Tuesday night, Ricky Thornton Jr. once again picking up the win. In the late models, Logan Seavey, the USAC AMSOA Sprint Car Series winner. Last night, they had 3 features for the late models. I'm guessing you've heard these names before.
Yeah.
Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yeah.
Jonathan Davenport.
Oh, yeah.
And Brandon Overton. Actually, he's been close quite a few times.
Yeah.
That new Napa ride he's got finally gets it in victory lane there. So those are your winners from Volusia last night. Victory Fuel, the ultimate flavored electrolyte water to power your day, packed with a full load of electrolytes, 120% of your daily vitamins, and absolutely no artificial coloring. It's got flavor, but no artificial coloring. It looks like this. It looks like water, which is what I'm drinking here.
But it tastes good.
It does taste good. Oh, and Tanya was supposed to drop some off Saturday, and she never came.
Which Saturday?
This past Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So it's got no artificial coloring, caffeine, or carbonation, just pure, refreshing hydration. No wonder Victory Fuel is the top choice for teams on race day, helping them stay at peak performance when it matters most. Are you ready to stock up? Contact your local sales representative, Tanya Conley, for track concessions and business wholesale inquiries. You can get a hold of her email at Tanya, that's Tanya, at drinkvictory.com, or order online now at drinkvictory.com. Don't forget to use discount code Conley Racing at checkout for exclusive savings, Victory Fuel, because champions deserve the best.
And you don't have to wait till race season, Scott. It's good all year round.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Are you a racer or fan looking to capture every thrilling moment on the track? Look no further than Freeze Frame Photos, your go-to for all racing photo needs, whether it's heart-pounding action shots or those unforgettable victory lane moments. Freeze Frame Photos has you covered, but that's not all. They offer a fantastic range of custom gifts to commemorate your favorite races, including print magnets, can koozies, custom print magnets, I should say, can koozies, tumblers, wood plaques, custom slate photos, wind spinners, and buttons, just to name a few. You want to add a personal touch? That's not a problem. Freeze frame photos can customize any photo or gift item with your own text and graphics, making each piece uniquely yours. Give Charlie a call today at 419-407-6994 and let Freeze Frame Photos turn your favorite memories into timeless treasures. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments frozen in time. That's it. All right.
That's been their tagline for a lot of years.
Okay. All right. What's going on at Ron Miller Race Cars? I got a text Kenny.
Oh, we've been really busy, Scott. We've got a Fremont truck there that we're completely revamping the front end. We've got a Dodge Dart there that's really cool that we're putting a roll cage in. And
wait, what? Like a new Dodge Dart?
No, like a 1968 Dodge Dart. Doing a rear suspension kit and a 10-point roll cage. So pretty crazy busy. Got a couple of rear ends to rebuild and people lining up to get in.
Okay. Copy link.
You got that?
Yeah, I got to send him the link here so he can get in here.
Okay.
Paste.
And send.
And send, yes. So hopefully Kenny will be logging in here momentarily. Should we bust out a couple more commercials while we wait for Kenny to join us?
Do them quick, because he'll be right there.
You know what? He's already here.
Oh, well, then we'll do some commercials later.
Oh, wait. No, that was me.
Oh, well, okay.
Because I had to log in on my phone to get the link. Nope, that was me. I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't look like Kenny. That looks like me. That's crazy. All right. Kick me out. Host, I cannot kick the host camera. Okay. Apparently I can't kick myself out. Crazy stuff there. All right. Well, we wait for Kenny to join us here. It is still on my phone. That's why. Let me back out of here. That's how the sausage is made, folks. There's Kenny. Kenny's joining us now.
How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
I just got done eating dinner. Look here, we got the race on TV, man.
Which race?
Oh, they run the twin 150s at Daytona International Motor Speedway right now.
Who's winning?
Right now it's a tie. They're getting ready to come take the green flag.
Gotcha. More importantly, what'd you have for dinner?
What did we have for dinner, Kim? Stuffed pork chops, and boy, was it good.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, and then corn and buttered noodles, which I don't usually do buttered noodles, but I thought, well, just this one time, you know.
And you did it yourself, Kenny?
Oh Lord, no! My wife does all that.
Okay.
If I'm gonna eat, I usually go out and buy it, but my wife is wonderful, and she has been making dinner lately. I was gone 21 days. I went to Europe, and then I came back for about 12 hours and packed my bag, and then I went on down to Daytona. Raced at Volusia.
Yep.
9 straight nights. Well, 9 out of 10 nights. And so, yeah. But I'm real happy to be home. I like experiences like going to Europe. It was fantastic. I've never done anything like that. And so gone 21 days and now I'm home. Feels good.
It was just a vacation, no racing?
So 11 days were in Europe. And then we stopped in Modena and we went to the, Ferrari and, Lewis Hamilton was there. And he was testing on Ferrari's test track, which was awesome. And then the next day we went, my God, they already got the hood up on Chase Elliott's car. Look at that.
Ooh.
Huh.
They ain't even gone green flag. They're putting liquid, I guess, for bleeding the brakes.
Oh, boy.
Look at that. A good time to do that.
Yeah, they're not even coming green. But
You don't
with
need
the
brakes at
charters,
Daytona.
well, with the charters, they're locked in the Daytona 500. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so then we went to Lamborghini the next day, and my buddy Max Pappas, his family works over there. So, yeah, so then 11 days in Europe, we mixed in a little racing with Ferrari and Lamborghini, and then I came home, spent about a day here, and then I went to Volusia and raced the heck out of my new Sunoco dirt car.
Yeah, that thing looks sharp, by the way.
Man, I'll tell you, it is a good looking car. Sunoco's got beautiful colors as it is. That's a beautiful blue and yellow and red. And so my people at High Caliber Graphics, Chris LaRose, he knocked it out of the park. And actually, I just came down from the shop. My car, I didn't run my car at Volusia. I drove Nick Hoffman's.
Oh.
Yeah, because see, I'm 62 years old. I don't load my race cars up anymore and drive 18 hours. But that looked like my car. But that was
Oh, yeah.
Nick's.
I got you. I did see you and his crew. His crew was helping you out then, right?
Oh yeah, we did. We posted some videos and
Yeah.
Then Nick went and won the very first World of Outlaw late model race on Monday.
Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah, then he got sick, and I think he broke a left rear lower trailing arm or something. But I don't know what happened last night. But it did rain real hard down there today. I think they're a little delayed at Volusia right now.
Well, I was concerned about the duels being delayed because they took a bunch of water.
Yeah, the great thing about Daytona International Motor Speedway is so highly banked, and the water does run down, but they have done a good job. We went through a period there in NASCAR where they did not do a good job. 25 years ago, those tracks, like Kentucky, it was god awful. They didn't have the drainage right,
Right.
but they've learned a lot, and now these tracks are draining really well.
Is that why they don't race at Kentucky anymore? One of the reasons, maybe?
Well, I don't. My opinion is this. First of all, I don't know why they don't run there anymore. But I would say they never overcame. They opened up that track. 6 months too early. We all know what happened at Kentucky. The fans went there and they couldn't get into the racetrack, and so after that, they hated it forever and never could make a comeback.
You only get one shot at a first impression.
That's exactly right. Especially in the new world, because everybody hates everybody.
Nobody hates you, though.
Kenny,
Is there anybody who hates you? Come on, really.
Well, I don't have very many enemies. The only enemies I have are just people that are, believe it or not, there's a group of people that are upset with me that I'm happy. They're, and I get that. I understand.
on today's internet world, that's not hard to believe.
Well, people are born happy, then they become jaded, which, jaded means that you know too much. So now you're miserable because life is not a bed of roses. So most people try studying me. They can't figure out why I'm happy and they're just mad at me. But it's not very many people. I love my life. Like Schrader said, I don't want a do-over. I'm happy with this life.
Let's talk racing here. When was the last time you've raced at a super speedway? How many years has it been?
Long time.
Long time.
I retired in 2015. My last NASCAR race was at Iowa, and that was 2015. I retired with 905 NASCAR races. We still lead in the most starts in the Xfinity Series.
Never heard you say that before.
Man, I drive that point up. Rusty says, Brother Rusty says, Herm, you got to remind people because they'll remember what they want to. So, so we had a wonderful career, and now we're just running the dirt car and doing a lot of different things.
Kenny, you've raced some of the most expensive race cars in the world. Why modifieds?
Oh, my God. Because I guess I was born in Missouri.
Whoa.
Where'd you go?
We've lost Kenny. That was abrupt. I wonder if he got a call.
Oh, I don't know. I'll bet he'll be back.
Let's hope so. While we wait for Kenny to rejoin us, then real quick, that was bizarre. We'll mention a couple sponsors here. If you're looking to conquer the dirt track, Ty-Torg Racing Performance Parts is your one-stop shop. They are your dirt oval authority, carrying all the top brands in racing parts and equipment, from Hoosier tires to all the latest in chassis and engine components. They've got you covered. Need expert advice? Their knowledgeable staff is ready to help you find the right parts for your race car and your budget. Call Ty-Torg Racing Performance Parts at 740-391-9990 or 419-307-2231 and talk to Mr. Dean Henry. This Ty-Torg Racing Performance Parts North, I guess.
Yeah, and Ty's car is car 1 down in Florida just
Hoffman, yeah.
2 nights ago.
Visit TyTorgRacing.com. Ty-Torg Racing Performance Parts, your dirt oval authority. Here, you wanna read the Dominator ad for me? It's at the bottom there.
Okay.
Do you need your you got your reading glasses on.
I do. Elevate your racing performance with Dominator Racing products, the premier choice of high-quality, durable race car components. Body parts, yeah. From innovative nose panels and valances to robust fenders and spoilers. Their products are engineered to enhance your vehicle's aerodynamics and durability on the track. Trusted by racers nationwide, Dominator Race Products delivers reliability and performance you need to dominate your competition. Visit.
Yeah, good enough. Thank you.
There we are.
Yeah, he's back.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome to the big time, right? What?
Yeah.
I got a beautiful Wi-Fi here, and it just out of nowhere just dropped.
Yeah, that was abrupt. Usually when something's happening, you just kind of freeze a little bit. But this is bam, you were gone. But
I know. I don't know what that's about.
Must have pissed him off or something. I wanted to kind of pick your brain on some things. Tire doping has kind of been a big topic recently.
Oh, and there's a smile on his face.
What are your thoughts on it? I mean, and I'm naive when it comes to tire doping, and I asked the question, if it's such a problem, and cleaners will show up and test, is there a reason why tire doping is illegal? Tell me.
You're acting like I'm a professional.
You've been doing it a few years. You've been racing a few years.
I don't know. On the death of my children, and my wife don't like me talking like that, I don't tire dope because I'm too busy racing. It's just me. I don't have any employees. I do all that winning you see, and I brag on it all the time. It's just me. I go to the racetracks by myself. Now I can tell you what I hear about it in the pits. I hear the new thing is they're tire doping like a half and 3/4 of the tire. So when they go to take the tire sample, sometimes they'll take it. The crew will take it where they want to, but I've also, learned that, like last year when I won at Volusia, they'll tell you where to take it. They'll tell you, the officials they'll go take it from right here, take it from right here, take it from right here. But the new hot thing in the garage area is that they are only soaking like a half or 3/4 of their tire. But I have no idea. And I just swore on the death of my children. So I can't do any better than that. I don't have time. It's too much. It's nasty. It smells like crap. It's expensive. And I'm just busy enough getting from one track to the next.
If you've ever been to a go-kart track, everybody does it.
And here's the worst part about it. The reason everybody does it is because everybody does it.
Exactly.
And that's it. And go-kart racing it's god awful. I mean, it's amazing that those people don't have horns growing out of their heads. It smells so bad they soak it too much and then it bikes up. But you know what? They're all used to it. They love it. I watch them. I'll go to some of those deals, and boy, it's just like part of their chassis setup. They wash them in sinks, and they love it.
I guess they light them on fire sometimes to get heat in the tire.
They do so much stuff. They're chemists. they're chemists. But I don't care. They can do what they want. I race against guys that do it, and they tell me they're doing it, and they must not be doing it right because I still outrun them. But some of my toughest competitors, they'll take like a hard tire and they'll soak it, But once again, I can't do it. I ain't got enough help. But like I say, I know people that do. Oh man, wreck already. 38. Who's that? Chandler Smith in the wall. But yeah. So that's the tire doping story. That's all I know. I don't know any more else.
Did you hear about what happened at the Chili Bowl Nationals where I forget his name, but he got disqualified? He had just used Simple Green to clean his tires, but apparently with the tests that came back, that was enough to alter the
baseline.
The baseline or something. So I mean, even somebody doing something just thinking that that's a normal thing to do is getting.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me de-bullshit this. Everybody in racing knows Simple Green will show up. Okay, Jason Fager went through that, years ago. When you wash listen, there's a reason. You know what I wash my tires with? Hot water. Just spray hot water on them. Why would anybody wash their tires with a chemical? Okay, Simple Green is a no-no, and everybody in racing knows that. So it's like, all I did was wash my tires with Simple Green. Well, the question is, why? Why did you use Simple Green? You can clean your tires with hot water. They're such dumbasses. They think everybody's dumb.
Okay. I didn't know that. And the
now
way he made it. And the way he made it sound was that he didn't know that either. So
He knew it. He knew it. He's a racer.
The explanation was that the Simple Green doesn't soften the tire, but it takes something out of the tire so it no longer meets the benchmark.
Listen, they can do whatever they want to do. I'm 62 years old. I don't care. Soak your tires all day long. If soaking your tires makes them in. Look, all the go-kart guys soak their tires and they just eat it up. Soak your tires. I don't care.
Gotcha. Let's change subjects. Gambling. World Racing Group just came out with some new guidelines, I guess, for employees, racers, and all that with gambling, I guess. So, and Ron here has been talking about it. That his thoughts are gambling doesn't have any place in motorsports,
and there's no sport where the driver is as much in control and could
alter the
outcome.
We haven't seen that in NASCAR or anything ever.
So, I'm as confused as you are. Something legally had to happen. I saw that on my email. It came from Dirt Car.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I don't think there's any dirty work going on. I think there's, people have attorneys and lawyers and, so see, gambling is legal in NASCAR.
Right.
They all sports. Yeah. So all sports now, all sports have legalized gambling. So, I don't know. I think that's something, there's something that we don't know about. I don't think it's bad. I just think, that they had to say that for a reason.
Okay. And you're, switching gears again, you're a blues fan, huh?
I love anything St. Louis. Born and raised in the city of St. Louis.
See, I'm a huge hockey fan too, and I haven't had much to cheer about. My team has sucked for quite a few years, but
yeah.
Have you been watching the 4-on-4 or the Four Nations thing?
I haven't. I know all about it. Okay. We got a couple players in it. I think Rob. I forgot who's in it, but I know there's two of our players in it. So Chris Kerber, who is the voice of the St. Louis Blues. He's a dear friend of mine. of course, Colton Pareko, who's been with our Blues a long time. He's a good friend of mine. Colton is a major player on the Blues. His dad, they're all from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I've raced some dirt cars up there at Castrol. And, I've got, Colton and his dad some tickets for, the Pepsi race in Daytona in July. I like hockey, but I think you just got to roll with the punches. It's competition at its best. I'm happy that the Blues finally got a Stanley Cup. I'm unhappy to see these coaches be let go so much. We won the Stanley Cup, and we've been through three coaches now. And
Wow.
from what I'm my inside sources tell me sometimes it has to do with player contracts that are making a lot of money. There's more to the game than we'll know. It's not important for us to know everything. Sometimes when we know everything, there's things I'm like, I don't want to know about that because I'm too busy doing this. But I love hockey, love my Blues, love the St. Louis Cardinals. And now we got a soccer team. And
St. Louis does?
Yep, we got a really good soccer team. What's our soccer team name? City St. Louis? City St. Louis, yeah. So we got some good. We got a junkie town. I'm a little disappointed with our mayor. She doesn't do a real good job at keeping St. Louis safe. However, we do got a lot going on. We got the St. Louis Cardinals, which are 11-time world champs. We got lucky, had a couple football teams, but now that's all gone because we're too dumb. We can't keep things together. But we got big companies in St. Louis, and we got Anheuser-Busch, we got Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and Enterprise was the one that had all the money, and they're the one that built the stadium, owns the team, soccer team. So yeah, that's good to see. St. Louis has always been an underground soccer town. We got soccer's big in St. Louis.
Really?
Always has been.
Well, the reason I brought up hockey is it seems, at least around here, a lot of hockey fans and racing fans, they kind of go back and forth. A lot of the racing fans go hockey in the winter, and unless they can get to Florida and go racing at Volusia or something, which I'm very jealous of. But what do you got coming up this summer for racing? When is your next race? Are you just sticking around St. Louis still?
So we've already ran 9 races. So for the people, I've already raced 9 nights. And we competed at the highest level possible. I raced against the best modified racers there are, and I challenged. I got up to second. I challenged, but I ended up 5th on a last lap restart for the big race. The Gator. But I'm keeping an eye on my age. I'm still running really good, setting quick time. I'm very healthy, but I'll run about, like I said, we've already ran 9. So if I run 21 races more, I'll done run 30. But we will for sure get in, 30 nights for the new Sunoco dirt car. We will also do 10, what we call trackside live, where we will go to 10 NASCAR tracks. And, this would be my 3rd year doing it. Everybody comes behind the grandstands. We have a sea of people. We put on a hell of a show. And we, 1 hour show, interview the drivers before they get in their race cars, about 4 hours before the race. And after that, dirt racing, 10 trackside live events. Then I'll do 3 big motorcycle events. Me and my wife will go on the Kyle Petty charity ride. Then we will, I'll go to Bike Week at Daytona with Rusty in March. Southern Country Customs. Rusty and Steven, they customize motorcycles. So Bike Week at Daytona would be big. Then we'll go to Sturgis in August. That's fun. And we have a good time.
You take your dirt car to Sturgis?
I could, but they don't run mods there.
Yeah, but you could show off.
Yeah, that's too. So my the only way I can stay competitive is, you know, focus on driving a race car. So the more I travel, the more energy that takes out of me. So the great thing about St. Louis is we got the world's best dirt tracks. You know, we got the number one World of Outlaw track for the sprint car. You know, Federated I-55 Raceway, 15 minutes from my house. Then you got Tri-City Speedway, Granite City, Illinois, 30 minutes from my house. We got Highland Speedway, Highland, Illinois, 1 hour. We got Brownstown, Illinois, hour and a half. Quincy, 2 hours away. So as you can tell, I mean, there's no reason at my age, you know, I love my fans and they're like, Kenny, bring your car up here to Port Royal. I'm like, why? I got all these racetracks, just really good racetracks. So for me to stay competitive, I can win and run good right around home here. And then you go to their tracks and you race great racers, you know. So, you know, it's like you guys come race me. Okay. So it works better when they come to race me.
Scott, he's talking like 62 is old or something. That's getting offensive,
well,
man.
you don't travel all over either, so
I sure used to.
I got a lot of people. You know, life's funny because everybody, you know, 10 years ago, everybody's like, when you going to quit? When you going to quit? Hey, Wallace, when you going to quit?
When it quits being fun.
And then you go, hey, I'm going to quit. And they go, no, you can't quit. So people just people that aren't in the game, people that don't do it, they just want to egg you on. And then, so yeah, I was going to quit because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. And now I'm me and Schrader are the oldest drivers out there. And there's nobody even close to our age. I mean, one thing I'm proud of is that I win at my age. So that's unheard of, you know. So
definitely still competitive, yeah.
It's the only reason we're racing still because I'm still winning.
Now you mentioned the nine races in a row down there at Volusia. Do you prefer doing all 9 like back to back to back to back to back, or would you prefer doing a race, having a week off, doing a race, having a week off? What schedule do you prefer there?
I like the old schedule at Volusia where we just ran 6 straight nights. That was it. What was different this year was because East Bay shut down. Mm-hmm. They had to find racetracks. And so what they did is they said, okay, we're going to come into Volusia early this year to take place of East Bay. And so what they did is they created this 3-race mini series at Volusia. And then also they did the same thing over at Ocala for, you know, the late models. So what we did was we ran January 30th, and February 1st. And we ran 3 nights at Volusia. And then we took off Sunday, one day, and then we came back and ran 6 straight nights, Monday to Saturday. It really didn't benefit me to be down there and run those 3 races. But the thing about it is, if you don't run them, you kind of feel like your competitors are getting an advantage on you.
A little extra practice.
Well, that and it never snowed.
Oh, man, I was lucky. The weather that was the greatest weather in my history of Daytona Speed Weeks. I mean, it was 85, 86 degrees every single day. And boy, we were lucky. Volusia saw 0 rain, and it was just perfect the whole time we were down there. They just finally got their first rain tonight. And I don't think they're rained out. But so that's pretty good. They probably went, I'd say 9, 10, 11, 12. They went about 13 straight races with 0 rain.
That's impressive for Florida.
Yeah, it is.
One of our listeners here has a question. He wants to know if your Hall of Fame brother, assuming Rusty, races anymore.
Anything
anymore, yeah.
Rusty is of age. I think people forget. People don't realize their own age. So Rusty's, let me see, 62, 63, 4, 5, 6, 7. What, Rusty's going to be 69? Yeah, Rusty's approaching 70 years old. And so that's a silly question. No, he don't race anymore. He's almost 70 years old. So
How old are you, Ron?
Yeah, we got a guy up here that's 77 and races regularly.
He doesn't know how old he is.
well, that does, guys. Let me be clear. That's very rare.
There you go.
So most guys, listen. Let's put it this way, respectfully. You know me. I love everybody, and I mean that. 99.9% of the people aren't going to be racing at 60 years old. There's only a handful of us, and I really appreciate everybody acting like you're supposed to. However, nobody races at our age. There's only a handful of us.
Nice. So who's going to win the Daytona 500 then? Who's your
Oh
pick?
God, who knows? Helio Castroneva's already wrecked out.
Oh, did he?
Oh, no.
He's going to take
Yep.
that 41st provisional?
Yep,
41st
he's
starting
already
position?
he wrecked his ass off too, boy.
Is he
I gotta
okay?
see this. Yeah, there it is now. He's banging his number 91 right there. He's parked, but I don't know how he did that. I want to see the replay. Now that's Chandler Smith. He wrecked hard.
Huh. This is still the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, second one goes off at 8:45.
So
Okay.
what did you say?
Who's going to win? What's your prediction?
Right now, it looks like a Ford is going to win, but
okay.
but I think it's a little early to tell because the Daytona 500 is run in the heat. If it's sunny, you're going to be looking for guys that, handling comes into play. You can set quick time. Here, hold on. Let's see what happens here. Chandler Smith running third. Look here. See there?
Yeah.
Chandler Smith running third. Oh, he came down and wrecked himself. Oh, and then Helio was just involved in it.
Oh,
He didn't really do anything wrong. But hold on. He's sitting there going along slow, right? Now he's got a right front flat. Okay, look here. See that? The 66 comes down on who's the 7? That's Haley, Justin Haley. He took over. Okay, so then they start wrecking. Yeah. So
Yeah, well,
Elio's going to take that provisional. Okay, now let's see what happens here. Elio's just going to. Oh my God. Oh no.
Oh.
He's just going around the racetrack real slow with a flat tire and wrecks.
Shot up the track into the wall. Wow.
That makes him look really bad.
What do you think of this new provisional they have that's going to allow him to start 41st?
for world champions.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of ways to look at it. You know what I mean? So if I'm a driver and I'm in NASCAR, I think it's horrible because I'm a driver, and if I am a driver in NASCAR, I think it's stupid because everybody's got your performance is everything. Okay, now Elio said something. He goes, "Look, I get it." He says, however, he says if you come to run the Indianapolis 500, Kyle Larson got 1 month. So for the Indy 500, the month of May, they practice 1 full month. He says, when I show up for the Daytona 500, I literally get 50 minutes of practice. So you can look at it any way you want to look at it. Us NASCAR drivers don't like it because we were threatened our whole life that if we're not good enough, you don't deserve to be in there. We were threatened our whole life. If you're not good enough, you don't get to be in the race. You're junk. And now it's like if you're a world-class driver and you've never drove one of these cars, you get to be in the race, even though you're not good enough. Now, Martin Truex and them guys, they come out really strong. They don't like it.
Yeah.
So
they don't have the same thing for a past NASCAR champion.
No, that's stupid. I mean, my God. So if Jimmy Johnson were to not make it on time or Martin Truex. These guys are champions. And if things would have went south, if things would have went bad, they wouldn't have been in the Daytona 500. But yet, somebody that's never ran Daytona in their life is in it, in NASCAR. You know what I mean? Now, let me back up for a minute. NASCAR needs help. They need to make their sport better. And, this is one way to get a world-class driver in the race. Now, as far as gimmicks, everything's a gimmick. Everything's a gimmick. This 4-game series in NHL, that's a gimmick. So we can use the word gimmick very loosely. Everything's a gimmick. Everything. So everything's a gimmick. And so this is a gimmick. And if we went back to real racing, everybody be bored to death, So, I mean, what they did for the Lucas Oil late models last year, the way they put, or 2 years ago, the way they, here Ricky Thornton won it all, and then they said, we're going to run one race at Eldora. That was a gimmick. So you can gimmick your way all the way through everything. Yeah.
What you were talking about NASCAR and gimmicks. What are your thoughts on NASCAR putting up part or all of their series for sale?
Yeah, that shocked everybody, didn't it?
Didn't it ever?
Me. I think they're tired. I think they're tired. Jim. Everybody's getting old. They want to sell. Formula One's not owned by a person. A media company. What is it? Liberty Media owns Formula One.
Wow. Yeah, I thought NASCAR was a family thing forever.
It has been. That's how great they've been since 1948.
Right.
Yeah. So all things come to an end.
Well, speaking of media, you're kind of your own media company, Kenny Wallace Media.
Ain't that funny? My wife's even laughing.
Did you ever expect that? When you were still running the NASCAR and the I guess it wasn't Xfinity back when you were running it, but either that or the Cup Series races.
Absolutely not. This found me. So I knew years ago that if I wanted to race cars, I had to find money because I was poor. My wife met me. I didn't have a pot to piss in. And I knew that if I wanted to be a race car driver, I had to find sponsorship. My job, I knew at an early age, Roger Penske told me, if we're going to race on Sunday, we better have a sponsor. Now, I was probably 11 years old, and I'll never forget Roger saying that. And I went, oh my God. So what happened was I caught on to social media way before anybody. And everybody made fun of me. And now they ain't making fun of me anymore because here, look at what you guys are doing. You're doing the same thing I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
You're doing exactly what I'm doing. And you guys got a show. So the only reason I did social media on my own. But what shocked me is now I'm making a lot of money off of it, So the reason I make money is because my sponsors want to sponsor the shows. Jegs sponsors it, Sunoco sponsors it, because we're getting 25 million views a year. So these sponsors, they sponsor all these YouTube shows. And my job is to educate people. People go, where do you make all that money? It's like, well, first of all, YouTube pays you 50% of their ad revenue. So you can make money off YouTube. You put your show on there, you get monetized, and then they pay you crazy money. And then you just get a sponsor. So this is all because of my good buddy, Charlie Marlowe. I got a YouTube manager. See, I'm retired. We got a lot of money put away. So we just, I have a certain amount of money put in our checking account every month. And this is all just a bonus. I'm just doing this, Clint Eastwood, just like you guys are. Don't let the old man in. So I'm just doing this stuff to have fun. And then come to find out, we get we're getting all these views. And then my sponsors are like, Jegs called me. Literally, my wife's right there. Look here. There she is. Didn't see her.
Hi, Kenny's wife.
I can't.
They literally emailed me. Jegs did. I was in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Talking Stick Resort. And I showed Kim, I said, look at this email. And Jegs said they wanted to sponsor me because, see, when Coughlin, the original Jegs family, they sold Jegs. So this new company come on 2 years ago. And they said, hey, we are so sorry. We want to be part of you. And so that's how that all happened. So this whole media thing, it shocked me. And I said, Charlie Mola, he goes, let me start you a YouTube show. And I said, Charlie, I don't want nothing to do with that stuff. I'm too busy running my dirt car. He said, okay. Then like 2 months later, he calls me again. I answer the phone. He goes, just let me do that stuff. Give me that stuff when you sit on your couch. I laughed. I said, Charlie, I'm just doing that off my phone. And that's what happened. And then Dale Earnhardt Jr. called me, and who I never dreamed it in a million years.
So you're an influencer.
Yeah, and they pay me a lot of money. I influence people. I say, listen to me. Give me money. And they give it to me.
We better try that one, Scott.
We should.
Yeah.
Give us money. So where I'm sure most of our audience is familiar with where they can find you, but where's the best place people can go to follow Kenny Wallace?
Well, I'm on every social media thing there is except TikTok. I just can't. I'm exhausted.
I'm with you on that.
you can go to X, you can go to Instagram, you can go to Facebook, but the biggest one right now is the Kenny Wallace YouTube show, and oh my God, that's a whole library over there. I mean, I've interviewed the greatest race car drivers in America, from Tony Stewart to John Force to you name it, Danica Patrick. All you got to do is push in. Go to YouTube, push in whatever you want to push in. Push in
Kenny Wallace Show.
Kenny Wallace, Danica Patrick, Kenny Wallace, Rusty Wallace, or Kenny Wallace YouTube show, and we got everything there. Or you can go on Dirty Mo Media, which is Dale Jr.'s, and myself and Kenny Schrader got a show there called Herm and Schrader.
That's right.
So you can go to Dirty Mo Media and see Herm and Schrader, or you can go to their podcast and you can listen to my Kenny conversations. So I'm on Dirty Mo Media, and on Dirty Mo Media is the Herm and Schrader show. That's me and Kenny Schrader.
Yeah.
1 hour every Wednesday.
Wow, you are busy. I liked the coffee with Kenny. Nice little.
Thank you. It's so easy, it's unreal.
So do you foresee yourself continuing doing these media things after you finally stop racing altogether?
Whenever that might be.
I'm not bitter anymore. I'm a very happy person. I used to be bitter. See, when you're in competition, you're bitter. You're always pissed. So when I was in NASCAR, I was too busy, right? I was busy racing. Now I'm an older man. I'm looking for things to keep me busy, and I'm retired. So I don't do any of this for money, and that's a big change. When you don't work for money anymore, but you see value in yourself. So see, I see value in me. So I'm not going to give me away. You guys got value. You got a great show. You don't want to give your show away. You're somebody. So I see myself doing this. I see myself saying, okay, the way how much money are we making? So if it still makes money, I'll do it. But I'm not going to do it for nothing, because, when I raced, or when I do race, when you race, you're like, hey, I finished first. Hey, I finished second. Hey, I finished 10th. Well, when you do this stuff, It's like, how many views did I get? How much money am I making? So that is the competition of what you guys do and what I do. So to answer your question, I will keep doing it as long as I'm having fun and I'm making money. And I take the money that I make right now and I give it to my family. My family gets all my money. I give my children lots of money. I pay for all the vacations. And I don't, that's what I do with the money. And it also goes to the dirt car. You know, the motors are $30,000. The cars are $45,000. So I take all this social media money, I give it to my family, and I spend it on my dirt car. And that's what we do, you know. So there's your answer.
Very, very well said. I know.
Oh, damn. Josh Berry just blew up, I think.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, no, he didn't. He ran through oil dry.
Oh.
Well, Kenny, we appreciate the time. I know that the race is on there. We'll let you go and watch that.
Well, I thought you guys would like it too. I'm giving you blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Kim, where's Justin Allgaier at?
Little
he's
Gator.
11th. He's good. Oh, he's 10th now.
Little
He should be
Gator.
good. Yeah, he should be good. I can't believe he qualified that bad because that's a Hendrick car. You know, just being,
Right.
you know, with Dale Jr. fielding it. You know.
Well, do you have any more time here?
Oh, I got all the time you want.
Okay. We got another question here, going through some of our comments. What is your thoughts of Casey Kane returning to NASCAR?
He
Running,
wants
Rockingham.
Yeah, he wants to do it. I've listened to his interviews. He hasn't raced NASCAR in 6 years. And it's a deal where he's so good, so talented that NASCAR said, okay, we're going to bring Rockingham back for the trucks in the Xfinity Series. And so NASCAR reached out to Hendrick and said, look, we want to get some hot rods in here. So, excuse me, not Richard Childress. So Richard Childress is like, we like Casey Kane. Okay, we'll do it. So they're able to put, you know, they're getting some name drivers to go to Rockingham, and I love Rockingham. That was my last NASCAR win.
That was a fun track to watch. Would this fall under the gimmick category of getting the big names?
I call that advertising,
Okay.
promotion. Gimmick is when you take something that's normal. Okay, a gimmick is putting Helio Castroneves in the Daytona 500, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's a gimmick. Bringing back Rockingham and having a truck race and Xfinity race there, number one, that's not a gimmick. I don't think bringing back Pennsboro was a gimmick. It's something they wanted to see if they could do. Whether it should have been brought back or not, that's not, you know, it's a dangerous track, but it's still pretty cool to see them do it. You know, everybody wants to bring the past back. You know, bring back the old days. So you bring it back and then they don't like it. So they don't know what the hell they're talking. Fans don't know what they want. Fans don't know what they want. Seriously, they don't know what they want. So I would say bringing back Casey Kane, we got to ask ourselves, does Casey Kane, is he a race car driver right now?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So then it's not a gimmick because he runs the biggest beast there is. He runs a high limit or a World of Outlaw wing sprint car. You got to be a badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I know Nick Hoffman was sick, and I see everything right there. But no, I stay my own lane. That's, you know, me. You know, it's like Nick Hoffman jumped in my modified, right? And he was third quick, and that made me feel good because I've been running third, and, you know, and I was qualifying third. So Nick Hoffman jumped in my car, which was his, at Volusia, and he was third. Well, then I arrived late, and Nick's like, you got to get in the car for points. I said, okay. So my point is, for Nick to get into my modified, that's like nothing.
Well, he cut his teeth in modified.
Yeah.
So.
Right. But for me to get in Nick's late model, I'm too old for that. I don't race them. I don't know what I'm doing, and it's not my lane, you know. So I just stay in my lane now. But thank you. I want to, Dean Henry.
Yeah.
Thank you for thinking so highly of me. I appreciate that.
Have you ever run laps or recently in a late model?
A dirt late model?
Oh yeah. Oh shit. That's where I cut my teeth. The only reason I run dirt is because I won the Prelude to the Dream in a super late model. You know,
Yeah,
I
but
won.
recently, they're just different beasts.
Yeah, no. Oh no, I did. Yeah, last year we won a race down at Crowley's Ridge in Paragould, Arkansas.
Uh-huh.
But the thing of it is, I can get in a late model and go fast. That's not the problem. The problem is now when you take off, it's all about getting through the first lap. All the arrow, the super late models are 4x8 sheets of plywood flying around the track. The reason you pushed is because you got behind the other car. Stupid shit like that,
Yeah. Kenny, there is no way in the world that aero push and dirt late model should ever be used in the same sentence.
Right. I agree with you 100%. And therefore, they need to make those cars narrower. But they'll never do it, and that's fine with me. I don't have no fight in the game, but that's all I hear from those guys. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, but I mean, I ran super late models. Everybody looks, but the reason I don't run super late models is because they're ridiculously. I mean, I talk to those guys. Those Durham motors, those Ford Durham motors, they're over 60 grand. They're not 59,000.
Yeah.
And I got to remember, I interview all the super late model guys. If you go to Kenny Conversation, I talk to Jonathan Davenport. I talk to Brian Shirley. I know all about that. I know all about super late models. I'm underneath those cars. It's just not my lane. They got sugar daddies. They're spending $1 million a year. That's crazy. So let them do their deal.
So is there any aero at all with the modified? I mean, running a big track like Volusia?
Yes, 100%, because we found that if we get the cars real low, they go faster. So anytime you take downforce off the nose, that's what happened to me on the last restart. See, I went from fifth to second. That's because Will Crump was front. He was, Kurt Spalding's out front. Mm-hmm. Will Crump, then Strickler's second row inside. But anyway, what happened is that outside was real vulnerable because you go down they drop the green flag. You're second row outside, so you're right behind the leader. And he's going to peel off and go to the bottom. But while you're following him, you don't have any downforce on your nose. Then he peels off, and it's too late. And if you go in too fast, and you're second row outside at Volusia, you slide across the track. Well, they did that, so I went from fifth to second. I slid. Well, then when it was my turn, I slid across the track, and I even let off early. But yeah, so the modifieds don't have half the tire, very little nose. So when we lose anything, it's brutal. And if you watch the racing at Volusia, nobody battles. It's too aero dependent.
Yeah, I was watching that race and saw you get up the second and was like, hey, Kenny may end up getting Spalding and win this. And then that restart. And I was like, oh, man, I wonder what happened to him now.
It's a technical conversation. You got to explain. So when we race down there 9 nights, this is the verbiage we talk. Aero push. If there's a car in front of you, you got to go to the left or the right. You always got to be, when you watch the races on Dirt Vision and you're watching Volusia, all you hear is dirty air this, dirty air that. Oh, I couldn't catch him because I had no air. That's the verbiage you're hearing now. So it's just the way it is.
So do you prefer running smaller tracks then where the aero
hell yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
That seems to be where there's better racing at the little bull rings.
Right.
Yeah, and that's all I run. And the only reason you go to Volusia is because we're stupid. We spent, everybody. I mean, there's guys down there ordering most of those guys are ordering 50 tires, and they'll use all 50. 50 tires times $300 each.
Wow.
That's a lot. They need a lot of sponsors for that.
Everybody going to Volusia loses their ever living ass, but you just do it because we're dumb.
That's because you got to get a gator. You've got a gator,
shit.
don't you?
Yeah, but I don't go there. I go there because I got sponsorship and I'm able to do it. You know,
Makes sense.
I'm not spending, hey, any modified guy that goes down there, they're going to spend 15 to 20 grand or more. Okay. Any late model guy that goes down there, they're going to spend 50,000 or more. So anytime anybody tries to make fun of anybody, they're just as dumb. So everybody going down there stupid. It's just, you just got to do it because it's the series. It's traveling series. You want to run for the World of Outlaw late model points? You want to run for the Lucas, late model points? Well, you better go down there and you better have somebody to pay your bills.
Yeah, those top dirt series are. I mean, it's becoming almost like NASCAR. You need that kind of a sponsorship to be able to afford that stuff.
Yeah, but it's nobody's business. It's not my business or yours because we're not the ones spending the money. It all comes from people that can't get the money and they get mad about it. Well, I could go down there, but I ain't got no money. Brian Shirley's wealthy. Jonathan Davenport's wealthy. Look at all that money Pierce has got. So all you hear from is the local late model guys. They're the ones that are upset all the time.
Well, some of our, I see a couple questions coming up here. Any chance you'll be racing in Ohio before?
I love Ohio. Love it. But it's just too far. I don't travel anymore, guys.
Yeah. And you used to have UNOH, which runs Limaland there.
Right.
It used to be a big thing for you back when was your big sponsor.
And that was over 8 hours. Oh, my God. When everybody at UNOH are my friends. We talk to this day. Trey Becker, Doc Jarvis. But for me to go to Limaland, oh, my God, that was over 8 hours for a 25-lap feature. But I did it for my sponsor.
The things you got to do.
Then I win, and then all the locals get mad at me. So it was bad every which way. Well, look at you bring that NASCAR driver up here with all his money. And it's like I pull into my pickup truck, Just anything for an excuse for them,
UNOH is a sponsor on his car. They're biased on the tower or something. So when is before we let you go here? Last question: when is your next modified race?
Should be April 4th at Tri-City Speedway, Granite City, Illinois. Then April 5th for the opener here at I-55 Federated Auto Parts. Is
that the opening nights then for those tracks?
Yeah, yeah. We start racing way before everybody else. Isn't it crazy that? What's that track up there in Pennsylvania that races like during the winter? Port Royal. How they pull off some of those races is crazy. But that Port Royal, they are the luckiest weather people. Yeah.
We have Attica Raceway Park. They always start their season real early around here. March 14th, I think, is their opening night schedule. They rarely race their first few weeks that are scheduled, but
hey, Chuck Fowler, turn your hearing aids up. Chuck's asking us why he doesn't have any sound. Chuck, that's funny. I love you, buddy. Well, no, it's like he's just having a good time. I like that, Chuck. That was awesome. He's announcing it. Why don't I have sound? Well, hold on, Chuck. I don't know.
Chuck's a good guy. He races
Chuck.
bowls with Ron.
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday
I love
nights.
Chuck.
Awesome. We love you, Kenny, and we appreciate you giving us some time tonight. I know we were taking you away from the duels there. But definitely keep in touch with us, man. We want to keep up on your racing going on. And your media.
Oh, God. Well,
we appreciate the tips.
Yeah.
Sponsorships were that. You guys, I mean, first of all, you guys are doing great as it is. Are you on YouTube?
We're on YouTube.
yeah.
We don't get paid on YouTube, but we do get paid on for Facebook.
Right.
We started off on Facebook.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm making good money off Facebook too. Facebook pays good. I'm monetized on there too.
I'll tell you how much we made for last month. 68 cents.
Where at? Facebook?
Facebook.
I made
And we had to split it.
I made $1,500 last month. In
right.
January. Month of January I made $1,500. But I got 428,000 followers too.
Oh yeah, that helps.
That
And
makes a difference.
you do. How often do you do the coffee with Kenny? Is that every day?
Every morning I drink coffee.
Yeah. So yeah, you got a little more content than us too. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
but you could do it. You could just get up and talk about dirt racing.
I'm not retired. I still have to. I have to go to my full-time job most.
What do you do for a living?
Digital media marketing.
Oh, you got a head start there. Look at you.
I mean, I
That's
know
awesome.
I know some things, but I just don't have the time for it.
You're smart. All right, guys. Thank you so much for having me. And thanks for doing this, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you for everything you do as well.
All right. We'll see you later.
See you, Kenny.
Thanks for the time, Kenny.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
You can have him back, Kim.
Bye, Kim. There you go.
Night, guys.
Kenny Wallace, his wife Kim there. Always fun talking to him.
It is.
I told him we'd be 15, 20 minutes, and here we are.
Here we
an
are.
hour later.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens. You got through the Dominator read here, right?
I did.
Okay, we got some racing news to get through, and then we are going to be giving some stuff away. Don't forget hashtag DCR if you haven't put that in the comments of the Facebook Live or YouTube Live or Twitch. Then do that. Just type that in, just like you see on the screen there, hashtag DCR. You get a chance to win one of these guys, courtesy of DCR Graphics. Let's do that. Here we go. One of these is Hammer Down Race Report sticker. You can become part of the Hammer Down Army. If you slap one of those stickers on your car, we report where you finish.
Yeah.
Each and every week. If you're a weekly racer. If you're not and you just drive to the, you put it on your minivan that you get groceries in, we'll report where you finished with getting groceries or something.
That's it.
I don't know. I'm just
Before I
making
forget, I saw that Bentley Shaw is in the audience, and Bentley, I need a white pavement nose and fender flares.
I just do business right in the middle of the show. That's cool.
Oh, you got to do it. The Fair family is putting one of their cars back together.
All right, let's do some racing news here.
This weekend's racing menu.
See, I didn't have my. I don't have my.
We got to work
this
on
one.
Latest racing news.
I got to find my little guide because I have little thumbnails. It doesn't say
Right.
what they are, so it's kind of hard to. Anyway.
But each one is different.
Yeah, we got some breaking news today, actually. A lot of things coming out here. A couple things with the farmers, as a matter of fact. We'll get to the second part a little bit later. But Rich and Shelley Farmer of Fremont Speedway, they've been named the 2024 Region 3 Auto Racing Promoter of the Year. Steve O'Neill, who promotes Port Royal Raceway in Pennsylvania, was introduced as the 49th Annual Auto Racing Promoter of the Year. Oh, overall Promoter of the Year, because they have the different regions. So
Those are ARPA awards.
okay. Yes. Millstream Speedway has officially released its 2025 schedule featuring 9 events that officially came out, was it Friday, I think, just after last week's show?
Right.
The season will start on Sunday, April 13th with Boston Fast. And that'll be the first of 3 events for those series, including closing night. Great Lakes Sprint Series and traditional sprints will make 3 visits. USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets also has 3 events scheduled. Ohio Sprint Speed Week will be there Sunday, June 15th. Attica Fremont Championship Series 305 sprints will have 2 visits. The Dirt Track Truck Series, 4 cylinders, will have 2 visits there. And the Ohio Thunder Race Saver 30 Sprint Car Series, American Late Model Ironman Series, and the Ohio Valley Late Model Dirt Series will each have a visit to the track. For the entire schedule and more information, you can check out their website at millstreamspeedway.net or check them out on Facebook. One thing you may notice was not on that schedule.
Yeah, I did.
Showdown Series.
Yeah. I wonder if that's an etched in stone, this is the schedule, or if there could be additions.
I'm not entirely sure. I did talk to Corey. Corey was a little surprised by the schedule and no showdown on there because he had been working on a date with them that now has 4 classes, so that's probably not going to happen. But he's still waiting for the Fremont Speedway schedule to be finalized and out before.
So he didn't step on them because he has pretty close alliances.
Yes, being
with the folks
competition
at Fremont,
director there. Yeah, it's a little. So he was a little surprised by that. So I don't know. That leaves a big question mark for that. And no stock car shows on there. I mean, other than late models.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it's good we got some more races down there. I'm glad that Millstream's coming back. Would have really liked to see some stock car races down. I know the Ron Jenkins Memorial was always a big thing down in that area as well. And I know the missing modifieds. There's a lot of modifieds down in that area too.
Right.
So, but then again, I mean, there's a lot of coordination that has to go on and putting these schedules together, and like you said, stepping on other people's toes.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So let's just be happy that we got some racing happening there. And maybe things will change.
And maybe there is room for a 10th show.
Well, we didn't have our thing, the Hammer Down Clash last year. We didn't come up with that until August, I think it was. So you never know. Things can happen.
And that was a fun show. I very much enjoyed it.
As did I. Well, you didn't even make the feature and you enjoyed it.
Yeah. We won't go there.
Okay. But it was fun. It was great getting to race on that track. It was weird, though, without the wall in the middle for the first time.
It was definitely different than the Millstream I remember.
Yeah, I liked it because you could see so much further without that inside wall. But anyway, NASCAR has made some rule clarifications in response to the shenanigans that went on at the end of the Martinsville race last year that saw Chevy drivers Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon stay behind fellow Chevy driver William Byron, while Bubba Wallace also slowed drastically in the closing lap so that Christopher Bell could get by him. Both Bell and Byron were vying for a final playoff spot. So now we have Section 5.5.A that states, any member who attempts to improperly influence the outcome of an event or encourages, persuades, or induces others to do so shall be subject to penalties as outlined in Section 10, violations and disciplinary action. Prohibited actions include, but are not limited to, intentional planning or conduct that prioritizes objectives other than achieving the best possible competitive result for their team. Section 10.5.2.8a says NASCAR reserves the right to determine if an OEM has violated the NASCAR rulebook and may impose penalties on an OEM. That's the manufacturer.
Right. Original equipment manufacturer.
Yeah. The examples provided are illustrative and not exhaustive, offering clarity on the types and ranges of infractions that may result in penalties should NASCAR determine enforcement is warranted. Section 10.5.2.8c, including but not limited to the following possible reprimands: loss of 25 to 50 manufacturer points, loss of 30 to 60 wind tunnel hours. These are penalties for the manufacturers. Loss of 250 to 500 RCFD, which is restricted computational fluid dynamics.
Okay.
Test runs. Those are tests.
Sure.
And finally, loss of 2 to 4 vehicle tests.
That's all for the manufacturer. I didn't hear any dollar amounts if you...
Well, I don't think they can find a manufactured dollar. I mean, I don't know.
For the drivers.
No, not for the... I'm sure those are covered somewhere else in the rule book, but yeah. After sitting quiet for 2024, Cody Vault created the Save Gas City movement. Did you hear about that?
Gas City, Indiana?
Speedway, yeah.
Ooh.
He's got a petition that supporters can sign. The movement is hoping to show potential investors or promoters how much public interest and community backing Gas City has. For more information, you can go to gascityspeedway.com. There's a link to the petition there that you can sign. So movement to try and get that track going once again. I think Larry Bowes was running it last time it was running.
Right. And Larry, as we said earlier, has stepped away from motorsports.
We got some more news than that, yeah.
50 years, yeah.
Daniel Hilseback is offering a $1,000 reward for information to find a thief that stole over $11,000 cash from his rig while he was in Ocala, Florida.
I read that. That's bad.
It sounds like somebody had to, because he talks about where he hid this. He had his emergency cash.
Right.
Didn't realize it was gone until he got to, I think it was Volusia after Ocala. But he had it like stashed in between some jeans in a closet or something in his rig, and found it was gone once he got to Volusia. So he figured it was somebody in the pits at Ocala. Yeah, that's crazy. The All-Stars have secured a title and presenting sponsors. The All-Star Circuit of Champions will now be known as the Napa Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions presented by Valvoline. Or if you want the acronym for that would be the NAPASCOCPBV.
Okay.
There you go.
Coincidentally, Rich Farmer runs a Napa store, so he may have had an inside track on who to talk to.
Speaking of the farmers, just announced today, this is actually some breaking news. Doesn't deserve the breaking news graphic, but we'll go with some breaking news here. Just announced this afternoon, Waynesfield Raceway Park will be run by the 2024 Region 3 Auto Racing Promoters of the Year, Rich and Shelley Farmer. It'll be run as a special events track as Larry Bowes has stepped back as he's retired after 50 years in racing.
At least 50.
Yeah, and I reached out to Larry on Friday last week asking if he was going to be running Waynesfield this year, and he's like, I got a meeting today, I'll find out later. And apparently this is the outcome. So Larry Bowes is stepping back, and the farmers will be running the track. And it was funny, after I read some articles on this, I came across the speedsport.com article, and the headline kind of got me. The headline was, Farmers Step In to Promote Waynesfield Oval.
So you figured a bunch of guys,
bunch of farmers out there going to get some tractors, and they're going to run the track. No, it was Shelley and Rich Farmer. I figured it out in half a second, but initially I was like, farmers are going to what? Oh, yeah. Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric are the only two drivers who are locked into a starting position for the 67th Daytona 500. The remainder of the order will be determined by tonight's two Blue-Green Vacations duels qualifying races. Former NASCAR Cup Series champions Martin Truex and seven-time champion Jimmy Johnson were the two open drivers locked into the field based on lap speeds. And this part is dated. Now, if Castroneves should advance through the duels, 40 cars will be starting on Sunday, but it sounds like Castroneves
that might not happen.
Be going to have to take that provisional, so we could have 41 cars starting the Daytona 500 on Sunday, or weather permitting, Monday or whenever. The NTT IndyCar Series revealed Tuesday that Doug Bowles will serve as president of the series and Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Bowles will replace Jay Fry, who served as president for 10 years. Bowles brings decades of motorsports experience to his new responsibilities, including having been the president of Indianapolis Motor Speedway since 2013. So now he is taking over presidency of the series as well. So there you go. And that is your racing news for tonight.
That's quite a bit.
It was quite a bit. I had to kind of weed stuff out, too, because I figured we'd be along with Kenny. So get ready, race fans. The 2025 Oakshade Raceway season kicks off Saturday, April 26th. 50 years of racing. They're celebrating at Oakshade this year. Opening night will feature DCR Graphics Sportsman, Dominator Superstocks, and Compacts. And then Saturday, May 3rd, will be a full show with the addition of late models to those three classes. The Barney Oldfield race, that's going to be Saturday, June 14th. Big late model race at Oakshade. Make sure to mark your calendars, of course, for one of the most electrifying nights of the year, the annual birthday race featuring the UMP Dirt Car Summer Nationals. It's going to be co-sanctioned with the American Late Model Ironman Series. That'll be Saturday, July 12th. You can stay in the loop with all the high-octane action by visiting oakshaderaceway.com. Follow on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates. Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. And I don't have the full schedule yet, but we do have those dates so far.
We've had those for a couple of weeks.
I'm going to blame Pam being sick for pushed it back. Planning your dream wedding or special event, make it unforgettable with Magic Moment Entertainment. Mention Hammer Down Racing Report when you book, and you'll get $100 off your reception DJ service. With over 30 years of experience, Ron Burt will make sure your event is perfect. Magic Moment handles everything from contracts to full liability insurance, giving you peace of mind, plus no hidden fees, no charges for mileage or dance floor lighting ever. He serves Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky. Magic Moment specializes in wedding receptions, but also excels in corporate events and mitzvahs. They take pride in working closely with couples and clients to create magical moments tailored just for you. Call 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. Now booking for June and beyond, so don't wait. Make your event extraordinary with Magic Moment Entertainment.
Good guy.
Absolutely. And it sounds like that kidney, he just had a kidney transplant there. It's been a little touch and go. He's had to make some trips to Toledo, get checked out. It seems like
bouncing back.
Things are going all right. Hammer Down Hotline this week. We had a call last week, actually. Actually, it was a text during the show. So there was just one message there. There's the number if you want to call or text anytime.
419-318-3081.
There you go. Now it's not hidden. The one text we did get last week was just, I couldn't remember what the big sphere thing was in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even remember what we were talking about now.
The big sphere thing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, for the video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Sphere.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Bob. Appreciate that. There you go. That is Hammer Down Hotline for this week. If you want anything on your mind, give us a call, text us, whatever, 419-318-3081. Anytime, day or night, the line is open for you. How about we do some How Many? Give away some East of Chicago pizza.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's do it.
How many?
I got that one right. Last week's How Many was how many Lucas Oil late models were going to be in action, plus how many on Saturday night, plus how many World of Outlaw sprints also racing on Saturday night, plus how many total points were going to be scored in the big game on Sunday.
That wasn't a big game.
It was a big game if you were an Eagles fan, I guess. Yeah, it was disappointing all the way around.
I kind of wanted to see the Eagles win just because I wanted somebody different, but boy, that was a snoozer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How can they prove what? I'm looking at old comments now. What were we talking about 15 minutes ago? Anyway, so the correct number was that all that totaled up was, well, there was 47 Lucas Oil late models, 49 World of Outlaw sprints, and total points scored was 62 on Sunday. That equals 158.
Yep.
If my calculator is correct. So
I think I said 143.
You said 143. I said 152.
You win.
I was pretty close. I wasn't too far off there, so I'm pretty proud of that. I'll take that. Our winner this week is Brian Lee Barber.
Really?
He picked 162.
Ooh.
He was the closest out of all the guesses, so congratulations, Brian Lee Barber. You have yourself a large one-item East of Chicago pizza over there in Clyde. You have 30 days to claim your pizza. Again, get a hold of myself or Dean Henry, and we'll get you hooked up with that pizza there. Excuse me. This week's How Many? I'm going to make it a little easier. No math this time.
Oh.
But it is a number. How many laps will the 35th place finisher of the Daytona 500 complete? How many laps will he complete? 35th place finisher.
Yeah. Well, 35 is a good number.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You would like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, because 200 laps is 500 miles. So that's the total. So
2.5 mile speedway times 2. Yeah, that's.
So if at least 35 cars finish every single lap, it'd be 200.
Well, some of them will go a lap down.
Judging by what we heard from Kenny
and there's the inevitable big one.
I'm going to say, well, we're starting 41 cars, so
right.
I want to say 102. I'm going to go with 102. Just past halfway.
Ooh.
What you thinking, Ron?
176.
176. I see our first two guesses in the comments. Quite a range there, from 10 to 190. So, yeah, if you want to get in for a chance to win a large one-item East of Chicago pizza over there in Clyde, just put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, and we'll give you until, when does that race start? 2-something on Sunday, assuming they actually, 2:30. We'll give you till 2:30 Sunday afternoon. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, not live, you still have time to find the live video either on Facebook or YouTube. Put your guess in the comments there as long as it's before 2:30. You can only guess once. Once you guess, you're locked in. You can't change your guess. And otherwise, you get black flagged, which I do off the show because we do have to black flag some people sometimes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, 102 for me. You say 176.
I said 176. Okay. Dean Henry said 175.
Terry Goes said 175 as well. So we'll see. We'll find out who the winner is of that next week. Still a couple more things. We got to have our Oakshade 50th anniversary trivia question for tonight.
Dean Henry has a valid question.
What happens if it's run on Monday? Then it's run on Monday.
Then we'll call it Monday.
I didn't say Sunday, did I? I just said who the 35th finisher of the Daytona 500. There, I forgot to put the text up there. See, it doesn't say Sunday on there. How many laps will the 35th place finisher of the Daytona 500 complete? Not on Sunday, not on Monday,
right.
Whenever they do it. So it doesn't matter what day. So there you go. Before we do that trivia question and do our drawing for the Hammer Down Racing Report sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics. Again, don't forget, hashtag DCR. If you haven't done that, put that in the comments to get into that drawing, which we'll be doing here very shortly. But first, it is time to check out that East of Chicago pizza racing menu for this.
This weekend's racing menu.
Perth Motoplex, Friday night. It's Total Tools Rockingham Crikey Boys Shootout.
Yep.
It's going to feature sprint cars, late models, LS1 sprint cars, Western Australia Formula 500 title. That's Friday. And then Saturday at Perth, it'll be sprint cars, late models, limited sprint cars, and Western Australia Formula 500 title again. Albany Speedway on Saturday, USA versus Western Australia Pro Modified Battle featuring Pro Modified speed cars, production street stocks, 125s junior and 125 senior. Kalgoorlie International Speedway on Saturday, Super Sedan John Casson Memorial featuring super sedans and support classes, which are not listed.
Okay.
But there will be support classes. World of Outlaws in action tonight. Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals continuing, Volusia Speedway Park. That goes tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night. So that ends on February 15th. So if you're looking for something good to do with your date for Valentine's Day tomorrow night, if you're in Florida, head on down to the track, watch it on Dirt Vision. Either way, it makes everybody happy. Arkham and Hart Series, Daytona International Speedway on Saturday.
Live on Fox.
It's got some interesting people. If you listened to us last week with Charlie Kral, it sounds like it's going to be interesting. That starts at noon on Fox on Saturday. And I just saw, if you're familiar with, I was talking today before the show now, his name, Cletus McFarlane. His real name's Garrett something.
Right.
Apparently he's going to be making his ARCA debut in Daytona. He owns that speedway just outside. Are you familiar with Cletus McFarlane? He owns he bought a track. I forget what it used to be called. It's now the Freedom Factory. It's just outside Tampa, I think.
Yeah.
He redid it, made it nice. He runs some strange event. He's a big YouTube. He's an influencer like Kenny.
Right.
A little different, but he's going to be there. That'll be interesting, seeing how that works out. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, fresh from Florida 250 from Daytona. That'll be on Friday night. Another date opportunity for Valentine's Day. That starts at 7:30 on FS1. The Xfinity Series United Rentals 300 from Daytona Speedway. That'll be Saturday. That'll be run at 5 o'clock after the ARCA race there. That you can watch on the CW. And NASCAR Cup Series, of course, the duels continue tonight. The second duel is going to be starting here pretty shortly, so we're going to get out of here. And then the big one on Sunday, scheduled to start at 2:30 on Fox, the Daytona 500. NASCAR season getting underway.
That's the start of race season.
That's it. And that is your East of Chicago Pizza Racing menu. And there's Dave. Dave, yeah, anytime you want to go ahead and spin the wheel to determine who is going to be our Hammer Down Race Report window sticker winner tonight. Everybody that put hashtag DCR in will be in that. Make sure to share first and then spin the wheel. Dave. I see him. He's there. He's working. There it is. He did it. He did it in the right order.
Ooh,
it's spinning.
A lot of people.
There's quite a few people in there. Oh, that's microscopic. Cody Thomas. It looks like Cody Thomas. Cody Thomas! Congratulations. You have yourself a Hammer Down Race Report window sticker. You have 30 days to claim that sticker. You can pick it up from Ron Miller Race Cars within 30 days there. And if you didn't win, you can always purchase one of these directly from DCR Graphics, just $5. So get a hold of Dale there, and he'll get that to you. So before we wrap things up here, we'll leave you with another Oakshade Raceway 50th Anniversary trivia question for a chance to win another pair of grandstand passes for Oakshade Raceway for the summer. And this week's question, and we're going to kind of do the same thing. I know it was a little complicated last week, but I'll make another post too. So I'll take comments in the Facebook and YouTube of our live if you hashtag OSR in front of it, and then put your guess. But I'll also have another post I'll make next week as well. You can put your guess in there, kind of like I did earlier this afternoon. So, and wherever you leave your comment, don't worry, I'll find it. If you're right, you will be in the drawing to win that pair of passes at the beginning of next week's show. Again, you have to be...
And like Hovis Racing did, you have to check in.
You have to be listening. Yeah, we'll give you 5 minutes, so you'll be on the clock. It's like the damaged car thing that NASCAR used to have. You'll get 5 minutes.
They used to have.
Yeah. You get 5 minutes next week. If we do draw your name, you'll have 5 minutes to check in, and then you'll get those passes. So there you go.
So this week's trivia question.
Who was the very first birthday race winner? Ooh. Do you know the answer? I'll give you a hint. It was in 1998, the very first birthday race. He's a very popular driver. Well, a very well-known driver. Is?
I don't know.
He's still around. He doesn't race anymore, but yeah. So there you go. You got once you put in your guess, unless you're sure, you can't change your guess. If I see a little edit on there, I did see an edit on somebody's today.
Yeah,
but it was a typo correction.
Oh, okay.
They put free instead of Fred, and they changed it from free to Fred. So I'd let that one go and put that on the wheel. So if it's something like that, that's fine. But if you edit your comment, your guess, I will check. And if you go from one name to another, then
black flag.
You get black flag. So there you go. So make sure you're confident in your answer. And it is easy to find who won that. I'm sure there's probably several places you can find it. I know one for sure. We mentioned it in the show as one of our sponsors. I've read the website to you. Hint, hint. So there you go. So that's it for this edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get to that part yet.
Oh, really?
No, I have to thank Dave, producer Dave, contributors John Young, Les Hanna, Dean Henry, Matt Swander, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeart. Check us out, hammerdownracingreport.com. And if you get a chance, make sure to rate and review us, share us with your friends. That helps us out, too, and maybe we can make millions of dollars like Kenny Wallace. I can start paying my staff. That'd be awesome. Thanks to our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Magic Moment Entertainment, Victory Fuel, Ty Torg Racing Performance Parts, Dominator Race Products, and DCR Graphics. Make sure to support them as well. They help keep the lights on here. They basically cover all our operational costs. So without them, we couldn't do it. So we appreciate all that. Thanks to our guest, Kenny Wallace. Make sure to follow him on all his social media as well. Very entertaining. If you haven't, especially the Coffee with Kenny, you never know what subject's going to come up.
I'm sure we'll have him back, and every time has been great.
Yeah, and we were going to do Oakshade. We're going to have Chrissy on from Oakshade Raceway to talk about 50 years of racing.
And hopefully Pam is feeling better.
Hopefully she is. We were going to do that this week, but then once I got Kenny confirmed on Monday, I gave them the option. I said, I could still have you on because I said I would, but I don't want you. You're probably going to get upstaged a little bit from Kenny Wallace and maybe pushed back to like 8:46. So they politely said next week is fine.
Cool.
So next week we'll be talking 50 years of racing at Oakshade Raceway. Again, that's it for tonight. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. That's a wrap on show number 366 of the Hammer Down Racing Reports.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.